Gender discrimination is illegal under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, where discriminating any employee based on their gender, race, color, or nationality in any kind of employment situation or opportunity is unlawful. Assalamu alaikum, this is Muhammad Tawhidul Islam and my teammate Adiba Ahmed. Thank you Professor Nazi Amis to give us this opportunity to present. Our topic is gender discrimination. Now we are going to review some of the ways in which employees have engaged in gender-based discrimination, which also includes sexual harassment. Gender discrimination, or in other words, gender inequality, refers to unfair rights between males and females based on different gender roles, which leads to unequal treatment in life. As a matter of fact, gender discrimination has made a big argument in the society about whether equality among genders should be encouraged or not. What is gender discrimination at workplace? Gender discrimination in employment involves treating someone unfavorably because of the person's gender, whether they are applying for a job or a current employee. Workplace gender discrimination comes in many different forms, but generally it means that an employee or a job applicant is treated differently or less favorably because of their gender. Some of the examples of treatment that can be gender discrimination includes: firstly, not being hired. Often it happens in many organizations that they don't hire a person evaluating their gender. Secondly, being given a lower paying position. For example, when an employer refuses to hire women or only hires women for certain jobs even though she has potential for a better position. Next is evaluated more harshly. For example, when a worker who identifies as a woman receives a negative performance evaluation that criticizes her for being too aggressive. On the contrary, men who behave the same way are praised for showing leadership. Fourthly is being paid less. When a person is less qualified or has similar or fewer job duties but gets more salary than you. Last but not least, being denied a promotion is when people of another gender who are equally or less qualified or eligible gets promotion. Mostly, discrimination occurs because of this kind of partialities. The gender pay gap is the result of many factors, including gender, age, race or ethnicity, disability, and access to education. As a result, different groups of people experiences very different gaps in pay. Especially women faces this kind of situation often in their lives. How much does the gender pay gap cost women over the lifetime? We can see over the lifetime of the average college educated woman loses around $800,000 and average working woman loses around $530,000. Wow, that's a lot of money if you ask me. You can notice that in the chart, men get significantly higher salary than women. Gap between their wages increased dramatically over the different stages of life. After struggling and working very hard, very few women managed to earn the managerial positions, where even fewer were able to reach the CEO level. However, men were significantly more likely to be promoted to supervisory or managerial positions. According to research, 130 men were promoted for every 100 women. The total promotion rate are lower for women, especially with the very first promotion to the managerial position. Women represent just 20% of senior vice president roles, the roles that naturally lead to executive positions. Because female employees aren't in managerial positions, they lack access to mentors and opportunities that could help them advance in their careers. Thank you. Now my teammate Adiba is going to continue from here.
Thank you, Tawhidul. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Adiba Ahmed, metric number 208675. Harassment and bullying at a workplace. What is this? What is workplace bullying? Workplace bullying is harmful, targeted behavior that happens at work. It might be spiteful, offensive, mocking, or intimidating. It forms a pattern and it tends to be directed at one person or a few people, which actually mentally hurt and isolate a person from the workplace. What is workplace harassment? Workplace harassment occurs when an employee or a group of employees feel threatened or get belittled by their colleagues. The sole purpose of a workplace harasser is to make their victim feel unsafe and uncomfortable. Workplace harassment and bullying. Name calling. You calling your colleagues by different types of offensive names that your colleague might not like it. And it's a kind of harassment, and it's also offensive if you can't just call a person with different types of names. Humiliating. You are with a group of people, some you along with your colleagues or you alone, humiliating another person is just not okay. You can't just belittle someone in front of other people. Personal attacks. Maybe you are thinking it as a joke, but attacking a person personally by their personal family matters or personal relationship matters in front of the other people is a kind of bullying. Offensive jokes. You might be thinking it's a joke, but no, it's belittling the other person, and it's really offensive. The person you are you're doing jokes with, it's not okay with it. So it's really offensive. Unwanted physical contact. Maybe you are holding a hand. No, you are not allowed to hold the hand of anyone without their permission. Maybe that person is not comfortable with your touching. Threatening by abusive calls, messages, emails, letters. So this thing I have seen in many companies or in many movies or in real life as well. Girls receiving threatening calls, messages, text emails, letters from their boss that if you don't go on a date with me, I will kick you out of the job. You will not get promotions. No, you are not allowed to do this. Not only a boss, even your colleagues can't do it. You can ask for a date normally. If that person rejects it, it's done. You can't force him or her. And by threatening is a kind of bullying or harassment which is not okay, which is actually illegal, you can say. How does it impact the organization? It reduces productivity, efficiency, increased absenteeism, unsafe work environment. Now, when you are being bullied and harassed at your workplace, you don't feel safe at all. And it increases your absenteeism because you don't feel like coming to your work. And you don't feel like coming to your work, and you don't feel safe at your, even if you come to work, you don't feel safe at your workplace, and for that you are mentally disturbed and you can put your 100% mind on your work, which reduces the productivity of your work and efficiency. And for all these, who is being hampered? The organization and the organization's work. So, what actions should be taken? Talk to the manager, talk to HR staff about what you are facing, what problems you are facing. Walk away from that situation if the situation becomes out of control, like you are in a group of people talking together and someone is calling you by offensive names, uh, doing offensive jokes with you, and you are not liking it. Instead of just dragging the matter, if you walk away from that situation, it will stop it, the problems you're facing. Just do that. Just walk away from that situation. But say no to workplace bullying and harassment. From all the discussion above, we can say Obviously, gender inequality is an urgent problem in the world. Despite the fact that its volume much decreases, it still exists and makes a lot of people suffer its consequences every single day. And there are many reasons leading to gender discrimination which can be solved easily. However, with education and progressive thoughts of people, there are also reasons to trust in the future of gender inequality being stopped. Then, hopefully, people can live in fairness no matter what gender they are. Thank you so much for your patience.